Head down the wide open, Cole Nicholson for three. Water. He's up on second base with a one-out double for Chaska. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome into North St. Paul High School. We'll get you the starting lineups here, brought to you by Lenzen Chevrolet Buick. Well, good evening, ladies, or good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, welcome inside North St. Paul High School. Ryan Paul coming to you live for the first time this year in boys basketball between Chaska Hawks and the North St. Paul Polars here. Should be a good one here live on the Lenzen Chevrolet Buick Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Should be a good good opening game for the Hawks here this evening. As we are ready to get things underway, Chaska will go with a starting lineup as Cole Nicholson, Parker Bjorklund, Matt Elias, and Marcus Peters, and Zach Leah playing the guard. And for the North St. Paul Polars, coached by head coach Damian Johnson, ex-Minnesota Golden Gopher. And we are ready to get things underway here from North St. Paul. It'll be Cole Nicholson and Marcus Sims, the 6'6 senior for North St. Paul. For Chaska, it'll be the 6'6 junior. Fumbled on the original opening tip, and good news, Capigal, the star player for North St. Paul, retains the opening tip. It's now Bryce Phillips. You might remember Miles Hansen is a lob. The good news for Capigal is just a bit too long, and Chaska's going to get the ball. As I was saying, Bryce Phillips wearing jersey number 4 out there for North St. Paul. He is ex-Chaska player Miles Hansen's relative. So just keep that in mind as we watch 90s guarding Zach Leah, the sophomore, as he brings it up the floor for Chaska. Now it's Nicholson, guarded by Sims. Nicholson inside the paint for Parker Bjorklund, the senior, misses the layup. Now it's Capigal who brings it up across the mid-court line. Capigal drives the lane, and he's going to get called for a charge. Offensive foul against Good News Capigal. First foul of the game is offensive. Cole Nicholson stood in there and drew a charge for Chaska. So Zach Leah, the sophomore point guard for the Hawks, jersey number 2, guarded by Phillips. He speeds up the right side of the floor with his right hand. Now Nicholson at the top of the key. Nicholson guarded by Sims. Nicholson switched to number 33 this year. Number 23 wasn't fitting him anymore. Here's Zach Leah. Picks up his dribble back into the corner of Nicholson. Now Nicholson drives the lane, looks for an option. Parker Bjorklund's in the corner. Here's a 3 ball, and it is just off. Nicholson, the offensive rebound, taps it out to Leah. Leah to Marcus Peters, the senior guard. And a loose ball on the floor is Brendan Langford Johnson for North St. Paul. He gets it back. This is Marcus Sims. Now it's Capigal. Capigal, a long 3 ball. That's short. Air ball from Capigal. Now it's a steal by Cole Nicholson. Nicholson over to Peters. Peters up the floor. Matt Elias and another senior. Senior to senior. Now it's Peters for a tray. Got it! Marcus Peters for 3. Gets scoring started on this 2017-2018 Hawks basketball season. Now back on the other side, this is Bryce Phillips. Phillips in the across the court for Langford Johnson. Now it's back for Sims. Sims up for two. Marcus Sims makes it a 3-2 game. Chaska still ahead by one with 16:09 here in the first half. Zach Lee up the floor now, crosses the timeline. No look pass to Bjorklund. Bjorklund, there's a whistle off the ball. Offensive foul. Zach Lee is going to get called for it. Zach Leah picks up a offensive player control foul. First foul against the Chaska Hawks. Now it's Phillips who brings it up the floor. Bryce Phillips in for Good News Capigo, guarding by Eliason. Eliason, good contest of Good News Capigo shot, but standing at 6'5", Good News Capigo can put it right over the head of Matt Eliason. That's a two. Take the lead for North St. Paul. Now it's Peters over to Bjorklund in the corner for Chaska. Bjorklund takes the baseline. Up, layup no good. Bjorklund can't grab his own rebound. Now it's Capigo who grabs the rebound for North St. Paul. Good defense as we run the floor by Matt Eliason. Cole Nicholson got a little mixed up on the defensive matchup. He got bailed out though by a missed layup by Marcus Sims. Now Capigo for three. He holds his form as he thought he drained it, but it was off. Just hanging off the rim there. So it stays a 4-3 ball game with 15:15 to go here in the first half. Zach Leah looking for an option, guarded by Phillips. Peters now. Peters from Nicholson. A new look varsity team this year for Chaska. We'll talk about it a little more later in the broadcast. Miles Hansen, who graduated last year and is now playing at Columbia in the Ivy League, counted for 37% of the offense last year. Yeah, he counted for 37% of the offense. He accomplished some major milestones last year, including becoming Chaska's all-time leading point scorer and scoring his 2000th high school career point. So obviously a big loss there, not to mention Andrew Coleman, Alex Trezani, Ryan Rodriguez, and Jack Perrell also depart as seniors. So a new look Chaska team this year. We'll see how they can fare here against a very, very challenging opening season matchup here against North St. Paul. Phillips gets the floater to go, and he's fired up. Connor Krinos, the junior, wearing number 13, checks in, replacing Peters. Krinos slipping around out there. He's guarded by Phillips in the backcourt. Now he crosses the timeline. Now it's back for Peters. Peters to Eliason. Eliason swinging it around. Now it's pushed inside for Nicholson. Nicholson drawing the paint against Sims. Nicholson's hook shot comes up short. 14:15 on the clock here. 6-3 North St. Paul early. Phillips now guarded by Krinos. Phillips crosses over Krinos in the eyeball. No good. Parker Bjorklund. The rebound for Chaska. A very majestic grab from Parker Bjorklund. He wants a screen from Eliason now. Chaska looking, must I say, a little bit tired already? I don't know what that has to do with. Here's Nicholson though on the baseline against Sims. Nicholson against Sims right in his face. Kicked ball violation. Chaska ball. Zach Lee is going to check back in, replacing Marcus Peters. I think I might have misspoke earlier. It's Krinos replaced Leah, and now Leah returns in lieu of Marcus Peters. Now Nicholson has it for Chaska with 13:41 to go here in half number one. Nicholson, reverse layup, can't drop. Rebounded by Sims. Sims up for Phillips now for North St. Paul. Phillips wearing number 4 in red. Gives it over for fellow senior, or no, it's a sophomore, Brendan Langford Johnson, who's wearing number 13. Good news from Good News Capigo, that is. A long free throw line J, no good. Nicholson comes around now, passes it across the floor for Zach Leah. Krinos now face guarded by Brendan Langford Johnson. Inside for Bjorklund. Parker Bjorklund out for Matt Eliason. Matt Eliason up for two, and it's a 6-5 ball game. I think we might have the numbers messed up for the Chaska jerseys in the opening graphic there, but that was from last year. But anyway, Matt Eliason's tough matchup for Good News Capigo, as Good News Capigo is backing him down. It's an 8-5 game here with 12:42 to go in half number one. Nicholson over for Krinos now. Krinos from the elbow. He elects to give it off for Nicholson. Nicholson's fouled as he pulls up from 3-ball range. It's going to be a chance to tie it from the free throw line here for the Chaska junior. Early in the first half here, 12 minutes and 34 seconds left. The junior Cole Nicholson standing at the free throw line. He's going to have 3 free throws ahead of him. First one sinks. DeJuan Carter prematurely attempts to check in, but since it's 3 shots, he has to wait until after the second, which Nicholson is approaching now. It's up and off the back iron. Just a bit too long, so now Carter can check in, and now Nicholson will have a chance to make it a 1-point game here with 12:34 to go. 8-6, North St. Paul. The third of 3 is good, so it's an 8-7 ball game here, and North St. Paul's Brendan Langford Johnson, the 6'3" sophomore, brings it up the floor. Now it's over for Khalil Golden. Golden over inside, and he gets a spinner up and good for 2. It's 10-7. Just over 12 minutes to go here in half number 1. Connor Krinos, shot fake, about a 5-footer, no good. Krinos gets his own board, though. He has an open Cole Nicholson. He fakes a pass over to Leah. Now it's back into the corner for Bjorklund. Bjorklund back to Nicholson, worked around now through Matt Eliason, back to Bjorklund. Krinos now over for Eliason. Leah had an entry pass for Bjorklund stolen away. Now it's Good News Cathedral against Matt Eliason. Good defense for Matt Eliason. They call him Matty Clamps for a reason. He throws one up for Nicholson. It's just over the head of the 6'5" Nicholson, and with 11:44 to go here, it's a 10-7 ball game. Chaska losing by 3 so far. Zach Lee is going to check out, and Marcus Peters is going to come back in. Oh, no. Brendan Langford Johnson, a 6'3" guard. And it was only his second year of high school here at North St. Paul. He pulls up. Bjorklund in his face. Langford Johnson took a spill. Maybe trying to draw a foul. Nothing came of it now. Back on the other end, this is Nicholson down in the paint against number 55, who just entered a game for North St. Paul. I don't have a number 55 on the roster sheet that they provided me, so I'm not going to be able to call out North St. Paul number 55. We'll just have to go by number 55. Also checking in for North St. Paul is senior, number 23, Dylan Bateman. Standing out there in the corner now. This is DeJuan Carter. DeJuan Carter inside, fouled by by Connor Krinos of Chaska. It's only the second foul on this Hawks team. So DeJuan Carter is going to go to the free throw line for a pair of shots. First one's good. Sorry about that, some audio issues, but it's a 12-7 ball game nevertheless. Nicholson down low against Dylan Bateman, fresh off the bench, and Nicholson makes it a 3-point contest. 4 points for the Chaska junior. 10:49 to go, first half. Traveling going to be called. No, he calls it a foul against Chaska. Matt Eliason picks up his first foul of the contest. Zach Leah exits in for Matt Eliason, who's going to exit the ball game. So a lot of bench swapping coming in here early. We're only a couple minutes in, and we've already seen a handful of one-man substitutions come from head coach Dana Coleman of Chaska. This is Langford Johnson, who chucks up a brick from the elbow. Parker Bjorklund snags the rebound. Now it's up for Zach Leah to Peters. Peters, a tray just a bit off. Parker Bjorklund physical down there for the rebound. Pushed up ahead quickly by North St. Paul. DeJuan Carter in the corner, guarded by Krinos. He steps back and misses a 3-ball. Zach Leah, very good looking rebound there. Now it's pushed ahead for Peters. Peters all the way across into the corner for Krinos. Krinos airborne, gives it over for Leah, who swings it around for Nicholson. Now it's Bjorklund into the corner for Marcus Peters. Peters, Leah, Krinos. Krinos entry for Nicholson down low. Nicholson doesn't have many options in that angle. Now it's a baseline jumper for Bjorklund, who's off. Shooting troubles here so far early for Barker Bjorklund. Transitions rolls a little bit. We're going to get an offensive foul against DeJuan Carter. Could have been called a travel, but DeJuan Carter picks up the offensive charge. His first foul of the contest. Parker Bjorklund exits. Mac Eliason enters for Chaska. Head coach Dana Coleman in his 13th season here at Chaska. Electing to go with some subs early here for Chaska. Coleman took him to state last year. They lost, obviously. We don't want to talk about it too much as Matt Eliason drains a 3-ball. Tie ball game. 5 points for Chaska's Matt Eliason. As I was saying, we all know what happened last year in that state quarterfinal against Champlin Park. So Chaska hopefully playing with a chip on their shoulder here this year. Back on the court, it's Nicholson who comes up across the timeline. Matt Eliason, or Marcus Peters had a good defensive rebound in that last possession for North St. Paul. It's a 12-12 basketball game here with 9:14 left in this first half. Connor Crino is a good off-ball screen by Matt Eliason, leads to a 3-ball, and Chaska has a 15-12 lead, 9 minutes and ticking. Connor Crino is his first points of the year. Khalil Golden, offensive foul. So already, 3 offensive fouls against North St. Paul. And it's 4, accounting for 4 of their total fouls. At the other end, this is Peters. Bryce Phillips booted the ball out of bounds. And it's going to stay Chaska's ball. Inbound pass going to be thrown by Leah. 8:48 and stopped. Cole Nicholson ball now. Guarded by Sims. Nicholson takes it in one-on-one. Fancy footwork. Swung around to Peters. Peters in the eyeball. Cole Nicholson, nice rebound. See if he gets called for foul. No, it's going to go against Marcus Sims of North St. Paul. It's his second foul of the ball game. 8:38 now left in this first half. 15-12 Chaska early in the season. Nice pass inside for Nicholson. He goes up with it and can't get it to drop. Puts it back, and it's 2 for Cole Nicholson. His 6 points of the year. 8:24 on the clock. Over for Bademan. Bademan for Phillips. Phillips against Krinos. Pushes it in the corner back for Bademan. Guarded by Eliason. Baseline. Matt Eliason shuts him down. Good defense, Matt Eliason. Over for Khalil Golden now. Zach Leah playing defense on him. Bademan wants it in the corner. He's not going to get it. And now it's Bryce Phillips. Back up top. Good defense from Chaska so far. Chaska's going to have to play some nice defense this year. A little bit of a lack of size. I mean, they had Miles and Andrew, Alex, all out there last year as a missed jumper comes from Sims. Good news, Capigal, North St. Paul's star player, is sat on the bench for the last couple minutes here. He's going to check in right as I say that, though. Missed 3-ball for Chaska, rebounded by St. Paul, North St. Paul. Pushed around now. This is DeJuan Carter. DeJuan Carter, elbow, and he hung it short. Matt Eliason gets the rebound. Good defensive rebounding from Chaska so far. Very aggressive and physical team is Chaska. And Cole Nicholson, a fancy reverse layup, up for 2, a 19-12 ball game. So we're seeing early here as head coach Damian Johnson wants a timeout. Without Good News Capigal on the floor, North St. Paul lacks a little bit of leadership. So 7 minutes, 20 seconds to go here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Hawks lead early. Welcome back to North St. Paul early here. It's 19-12. Hawks with the lead over the Polars. I'd like to give a thank you to everybody who watched our hockey broadcast the other night. Officially our most viewed broadcast ever, approaching almost 2,000 live and on-demand views now. So thank you to all of our Hawks fans. Bryce Phillips up the floor now for North St. Paul here. 7 minutes in this second half, or in this first half rather. Here's Capigal, who just checked in at the timeout. He goes up and one. Opportunity coming for the Good News Capigal, the senior for North St. Paul. The points were incorrectly given to North St. Paul on the scoreboard. It should read, yep, there they fixed it. Should be 19-14 with a third point pending. That goes through. It's a 19-15 game here after Capigal has the three-point play completed. Here's Bjorklund. Across the Polar logo, center court. Chaska getting pressed here at the half-court line. Marcus Peters now finds an opening. It's over for Leah. Phillips steals it. Phillips down the floor. Leah's trailing. He puts it up and in for two. Two-point game. 19-17. Timeout. Dana Coleman. It's going to be a short one. Cole Nicholson needs to check back in. We'll be right back. Welcome back here in North St. Paul. Both teams in the last couple minutes have had to take timeouts here. Head coach Dana Coleman for Chaska breaks his team's huddle. And we will resume action here with a 19-17 score. 6:44 remaining in our first half here. Zach Lee is going to stand on the baseline to inbound it. Connor Krinos bringing it up the floor for the Hawks. Down low, Parker Bjorklund is blocked, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to stay with Chaska. Now we're going to have a conference between the officials and maybe an overturning of the call. We're going to say it went off of Chaska, maybe, and it'll be red ball. We'll see what the call is. North St. Paul wants it to be their ball, and they're going to be granted possession here with 6:33 to go. Here's Phillips, who brings it up the floor now. Phillips brings it up the floor for North. Guarded by Krinos. Good News Capigal now. Good News, that is his first name. It's not a typo, error, whatever. Phillips for three ball, no good. Scrum down there. Good News Capigal comes with a rebound and ties the game at 19. Zach Clea now. Krinos. 19-19 ball game, just under 6 minutes to go in half number one. Andrew Fix, the senior who just entered the game, touches the ball. Here's Zach Leah wearing number 2. Cole Nicholson spots up a three ball, just off. Phillips with the board. Nice behind the back dribble there. Phillips outside for Langford Johnson. Johnson, and one opportunity coming. Gets the layup to drop, and it's going to be a 21-19 lead for North St. Paul with 5:36 here, and a three-point play opportunity for North St. Paul's Brendan Langford Johnson, a 6'3" sophomore. Three-point play completed by Langford Johnson. 22-19 the score here with 6:36 to go, or 5:36 to go, and period number one of this 2017-2018 Hawks basketball season. Cole Nicholson blows right by Marcus Sims, gives it up to Leah. Leah around the perimeter to Andrew Fix. Andrew Fix tried to give it in for Bjorklund. Bjorklund had tipped away by Capigal. Goes out of bounds. Chaska's going to keep the ball. Zach Leah checks out. Marcus Peters checks in. Nicholson catches the inbound all the way around up top for Fix now. Fix looks for an option. Now it's over for Bjorklund, who surveys. Enters the arc. Can't get his layup to go. A little bit jumpy is the ball off of Parker Bjorklund's hands here in the first couple minutes of this 2017-2018 season. Locked down is Khalil Golden. Now he gives it back up to Capigo, the senior leader here. He backs down Parker Brooklyn. Parker Brooklyn swatted his shot. Capigo fell to the floor hard, but Khalil Golden is able to grab the rebound and put it back up for two. 24-19. Chaska playing on their heels a little bit here. Now it's Marcus Peters who goes up and misses the layup way long, and physical play here. Parker Brooklyn and Good News Capigo work around for it. Possession stays with the Hawks, but Good News Capigo is taking a couple hard shots on the basketball floor here. Parker Brooklyn threw him right down there as he attempted to get the rebound. So good. North St. Paul in this 12-0 run here. 24-19 the score. The freshman, Spencer Getz, enters the game now. That's number 43 out there. This is Nicholson, though, who catches it. He almost runs himself out of bounds. Now he has to outlet it for Leah. Here's Getz. Here's Nicholson. Nicholson backing down. Can't get the layup to drop. A lot of contact. He chucks the ball out and he's falling. Marcus Peters for three. Just a bit too long. North St. Paul rebounded it. Langford Johnson that was. Now it's pushed up for Phillips. Phillips looked like he carried it. Nothing called. Now it's back over for Carter. DeJuan Carter for three. Just off. Spencer Getz with his first rebound and a timeout called by Chaska. No, it's not a timeout. It's going to be a rules something called here. Being informed that it was a bench warning called in alert to Chaska. So 4:15 and ticking here. 24-19 our score. Chaska and North St. Paul doing battle here early in the 2017-2018 season. Hope you're enjoying our broadcast so far. We'll be here live with you for the entire rest of this Hawks basketball season as Marcus Peters drains a three ball and brings it within a one possession game here. 24-22, just under 4 minutes to go here in first half. Phillips shift. He enters inside now, dishes it out for Langford Johnson. Langford Johnson. And it's going to be a charge called against Brendan Langford Johnson. So already the fifth offensive foul against North St. Paul. They have 6 total fouls. So Damian Johnson can't be super pleased about that. But if I'm Dana Coleman and I'm seeing all these offensive fouls and charges being taken by my guys, I'm very pleased so far. 3:40 to go here. 24-22. Ryan Paul coming to you live on the Lenzen Chevrolet Buick Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Just getting things underway here at North St. Paul for Chaska and the Polars. Zach Leah, a touch pass inside for Nicholson, backing down against Langford Johnson. The right-handed fadeaway is up and good. Ties the basketball game at 24 with 3:20 and going here in the first half. Nicholson's up to 10 first half points. Here's Capigal inside, another fadeaway. Little fadeaways. He can't get this one to drop, but it's rebounded by by Sims rather. No, that's Khalil Golden who grabs the rebound, and now he backs out here, resets the play with we have 3 minutes to go here in half number one. Langford Johnson crossed over the freshman Spencer Getz, and a foul going to be called here inside the arc. (24-24), all knotted here with just under 3 minutes to go. The stoppage here is changing something on the scoreboard, I believe. Yes, I think they had to add the foul for Spencer Getz and take the foul away from Cole Nicholson, who was incorrectly given to. And we will be in the bonus, at least 1-1 the rest of the way. A wide open Bryce Phillips pulls up a three ball, goes long. Zach Leah was being held down low, and nothing came of it. Good News Capigal working against Leah. Now it's a travel going against Capigal, going the other way. Hawks ball. Turnover by Good News Capigal. The Chaska defenders doing a nice job so far, keeping these North St. Paul big guys to minimums here. North St. Paul's top scorer right now is Good News Capigal with 9. Chaska has Cole Nicholson with 10 points. Here's Leah. He's wanted to spot up a three ball. Now Krinos for long range. Got it! Connor Krinos. He's got 9. Nope. I spoke incorrectly. Connor Krinos does not have 9. He has 6, I think. Now a foul called on Lee, I believe. He tried to pat the ball away from Khalil Golden as he went up for the shot, but he got called for some contact. Zach Leah does pick up his second foul of the contest. 7th against Chaska. Khalil Golden sinks the first free throw, making it a 25-27 game. Chaska still with the advantage here. Free throw hung short. Parker Bjorklund with a very nice rebound there. Here's Connor Krinos who brings it up outnumbered. He had his pocket picked and it goes out of bounds. So North St. Paul's going to get the ball back after they called the final touch on Krinos. Phillips crosses the timeline, guarded by Krinos. About 7 feet outside the arc. Phillips setting something up here. It's a lob to Good News Capigal, who throws it. He missed the dunk and he falls down gingerly. So they set up the play as a lob for Good News Capigal and he couldn't finish it. And he falls down and is behind the play now. Hustling back into our frame is Good News Capigal, who comes back from the missed lob dunk. And maybe that'll bring a little life into Chaska here, seeing that North St. Paul is willing to take some chances against him. A stoppage, and looks like Capigal needs a talking to by our official here. He hangs his head as he just missed possibly a highlight reel play there to start this season out. And now it's Nicholson. Let me tell you, North St. Paul playing some nice face guard defense here. Nicholson and not being able to attack the lane very well. Bjorklund's missed a couple shots, so that's where we sit right now. 27-25 with 1:38 left. Krinos, fancy pass fake, and he goes from the free throw line off the backboard. A little bit unconventional, but Connor Krinos has his 8th point of the contest. It's a 29-25 Hawk lead. DeJuan Carter, Bryce Phillips now. Very impressed from Connor Krinos. I said earlier while I was watching Open Gyms, is a tray ball is chucked up and missed, but Langford Johnson snags the rebound. As I was saying about Connor Krinos, he was very impressive in the Open Gym session, so it's good to see he's performing pretty well out here. He's got 8 points, Chaska's second highest leading scorer of the first half. We approach the 60-second mark. A 3-point shot is missed by North St. Paul. Marcus Peters pushes ahead. Parker Bjorklund now inside. Bjorklund up for 2 and 1 opportunity coming for the Hawks senior, number 1, Parker Bjorklund. His first points of the ball game, and he's going to have a chance to make it a 3-point play here. One free throw coming up for Chaska's Parker Bjorklund. 31-25 here. First half, Parker Bjorklund shot it a wee bit long, but he gets it to drop. And 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. Chaska and North St. Paul having a good battle here, 32-25. Under 45 now left in the first half. Ball screen set by Capigal. Langford Johnson drove, got fouled as we have 40.9 seconds remaining on the clock. 33, Cole Nicholson picks up the foul. His first foul of the contest. Chaska has 8 total. So it's been a game and run so far. Chaska now on a 13-1 run after allowing St. Paul to go on a 12-0 scramble midway through the second half. Now here in the latter parts of the period with 40 seconds left. 32-25 the score, a 13-1 run for the Hawks. Langford Johnson's free throw falls, making it a 32-26 game. 40.9 and running now. Nicholson to Krinos. Chaska's playing pretty well here so far today. Marcus Peters now slipping a little bit back up top for Bjorklund. Bjorklund over to Cole Nicholson. Vacated 3-point arc so far. Spencer Getz still out to the freshman for Chaska. Has 1 foul and no points in his varsity debut. Connor Krinos now. Chaska looking like they're going to hold for the last shot. 15, 14, 13. Krinos dribbles around, guarded by North St. Paul's DeJuan Carter. Now he's guarded by Khalil Golden, who picks up the foul. 8 seconds remaining on this first half, and a foul, a body called by North St. Paul. 8.2 remaining here. Crino's at the line. 9 points for him so far after the made free throw. His second one up and good. 10 points for Connor Crinos. 6-5-4. Bryce Phillips for three at the buzzer. No good. And Parker Broken away with the rebound. Shot shoots it up after the clock expires. At halftime, Chaska 34. North St. Paul 26. We'll be right back here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Hawks leading after the first half of play here in the 2016-2017 season, 2018 season. Well, welcome back to North St. Paul at halftime. Chaska Hawks leading the North St. Paul Polars by the score of 34-26. Ryan Paul coming to you live from just outside of the Minneapolis-St. Paul Twin Cities. We are here live from North St. Paul, home of the North Polars. We'll play a final 18 minutes of regulation here. At the break, Chaska leading 34-26. So let's go over our leading scorers here. You saw it on the halftime graphic. Cole Nicholson and Connor Krinos both lead Chaska, scoring with 10. Good News Kapigel is the North St. Paul scorer with 9. All right, underway here in the second half. This is Bryce Phillips who has it for the Polars. Now he swings it back around for Langford Johnson. Langford Johnson, a 10-footer, just a bit too long. Parker Bjorklund a rebound. Now he's fouled by North St. Paul's Marcus Sims. We're going to get a sub. Only 15 seconds into the half here. It's Anthony Stapleton who enters the game in lieu for Marcus Sims, who just picked up a foul. North St. Paul, some foul trouble. That was Sims' third foul. They had some offensive fouling trouble in the first 18 minutes of the basketball game. Now Chaska's backcourt, swinging it back and forth. Zach Leah strongly ahead for Nicholson. Nicholson to Peters. Peters inside, back out to Eliason. Eliason for 3, short. Rebound. Now it's Kapigel. Kapigel up ahead. Defense by Leah. Good defense by Zach Leah. He got all ball, but it might have been a little bit of contact, and Zach Leah has 3 fouls, but more importantly, possibly for the outcome of this game, Good News Kapigel is Ginger to get up. Kapigel stands at the stripe now. He led St. Paul scoring in the first half with 9. Looks to cross into double digits here. He'll get 2. The first one, backspin up and through, nothing but net. 27 points now for the Polars. Now, once we get down back on the other side of the court, I want everybody to take a look at the amount of cheerleaders that North St. Paul has. They must have 1, 2, 3. I mean, they must have upwards of 30 cheerleaders. That's unbelievable. Anyway, after we got a little sidetracked there, Good News Kapigel hit 2 of 2 at the line. Now Connor Krinos has it in the backcourt for Chaska. Nicholson to Krinos now. Krinos, a long 3 ball, just a bit too long. Parker broke a nice rebound, and he puts it back and gets fouled. So Parker Bjorklund, a nice rebound, leading to a couple of free throws here. Brendan Langford Johnson picks up his second foul, and after our first free throw here, North St. Paul is going to have some substitutions. This is the senior, number 1, Parker Bjorklund, standing at the stripe now. Second of 2 coming up for Bjorklund. Up and short. Ball still loose, rebounded by Kapigel. 35-28. The tally. Kapigel strongly inside, up and good for 2. 35-30, a 5-point matchup here right now from North St. Paul. Connor Krinos fakes a pass up ahead. Now it's Bjorklund. Peters in the corner. Peters from long range. Got it! Marcus Peters for 3. 8-point lead for Chaska. 38-30. 16:42 remaining. Marcus Peters is up to 9. Now Kapigel at the other end tries to counter it, and he does. Good News Kapigel drains one for 3, and it's a 38-33. Back to a 5-point game here with 16 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in regulation. Peters back up the floor now. Krinos has it. Krinos fakes a pass. One good thing Krinos does about many parts of his game is Connor Krinos is very good at faking passes, faking shots, and that's how he gets a lot of open chances. Now Cole Nicholson's going to drive right by Langford Johnson. Lost the ball. It's out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Hawks. Goes out of bounds, and Connor Krinos stands on the baseline, inbounded to fellow junior Nicholson. Up top for Eliason. Now Eliason with it. Peters in the corner. He has a good shot fake. Now it's inside for Nicholson, who got fouled. And Nicholson's going to go up for 2. Nicholson. 2 chances here from the charity stripe. 16 minutes remaining on the clock. The first one, no good. And a sound effect is being brought into the game after a missed free throw. So, interesting. The second of 2 for Nicholson is good, 39-33. Nicholson leads the game with 11. Now leads the team with 11. Good news, Capego gets his 18th point and his 9th of the half. He already matched his first half total, 9 in each half now, and we're only a couple minutes into the second half. Connor Krinos now guarded by Titus D. Nope, that's Khalil Golden. Now it's Phillips who guards Matt Eliason for Chaska. Krinos has it down. Guarded by Capego now. Krinos takes the lane. Nicholson's open. He goes up for 2. 41-35 with 25 seconds in the 15th minute here. 13 points for Nicholson. A nice assist for Connor Krinos. Now it's at the other end. Langford Johnson has it. He rolls it up and in for 2 with 41-37. Full court press by Phillips now. Krinos almost lost his handle. Now it's going to be Nicholson. Nicholson pass over for Eliason. Good news, Capego lazily behind the play. Lost his footing. Now it's Krinos. Chaska's trapped in the corner. Throws it out of bounds. Nice play by Matt Eliason, throwing it off the knees of Bryce Phillips, and Chaska's going to keep the basketball. Now, my favorite part of not only the fact that number 1 for North St. Paul is named Good News, his nickname is News. So they go, hey, News! A lot of physical contact down low. Parker Brooklyn and Chaska staff is looking for a foul. Instead, it's just going to be out of bounds. Connor Krinos will stand under the hoop and ask for the ball and inbound it now. It's Nicholson who gets it. Swung around up top. Matt Eliason into the corner for Bjorklund. Bjorklund, Eliason. Eliason from 15 feet. No good. Nicholson behind the play. Pushes up. It's right into the chest of Khalil Golden, who couldn't cleanly handle it. He gets it back now, though, and it's swung back around for Good News Capego. Capego a tray ball up and long and off. Physical contact aplenty. Good News Capego comes away with the rebound without dribbling and gets it up for 2. Good News Capego is up to 20. 41-39. 2-point game. Krinos guarded by Phillips, and Phillips, it's a ticky-tack call. I mean, it's not ticky-tack. He was definitely making contact with him, but if you ask Phillips, he's going to think it's ticky-tack. 14:05 remaining here. Phillips picks up his second foul. Good News, Capego. First varsity 20-piece we've seen all year. Peyton Ayers, shout-out, had a 20-piece in the JV game earlier today. Chaska won that game. Connor Krinos wasn't paying attention, and Bryce Phillips came away and jelly fams it up and in. He's in Krinos' face. Tie basketball game, 41-41 here. Timeout, Dana Coleman. Full timeout. We'll be right back on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. All square at 41. Welcome back to North St. Paul. 41-point tie game here with just under 14 minutes left. Head coach Damian Johnson fueling his team up after his counteract. Dana Coleman called a timeout. Good News, Capego taking over in the second half. He's got 11, totaling up to 20 for him on the afternoon. Cole Nicholson is leading Chaska with 13. Chaska's got 3 timeouts left. North St. Paul with 4. Haven't seen a lot of Zach Leah here in the second half. Parker Bjorklund with it for Chaska. Backcourt press applied by Bryce Phillips. Bryce Phillips, a very emotional player we've seen so far this game. No mercy shown on his face. Cole Nicholson gave it into Bjorklund, who powerfully jams it through a layup. And here's Phillips. Phillips really battling against Krinos. He threw it up off the side of the backboard and is bailed out by a foul call with 13:35 to go here. Chaska with a 2-point advantage. Zach Leah is going to check back in for Chaska after Phillips makes it a 1-point game. He's got 7. Marcus Peters going to get a breather for Chaska. Phillips hung his second free throw short. Nicholson with the board. A lot of contact on that rebound. Nothing called though. And now Bryce Phillips doing his signature full court press. This is Spencer Gatz who has it, who just entered the game, the freshman wearing number 43. Now it's Leah, the sophomore guard. Krinos with it now. Takes the paint. And is fouled. Is up. He went. So he'll go to the free throw line for 2. Connor Krinos looking for his first points of the second half. Krinos had 10 in the first half. Has yet to get a bucket in the second one, and it's not going to come off this shot. He gets one more try from the stripe. 1-point contest here, 43-42 with 13:17 to go in half number 2. The junior Krinos stands at the stripe now. One dribble up and good. 2-point game, 44-42. Bryce Phillips now looking for an option, listening to his coach, Damian Johnson. No shot before, foul called before the shot. A 3-ball was made by Khalil Golden, but it's not going to matter. Cole Nicholson is called for a foul. No, it's called on 43. My mistake. Spencer Getz. Or was it 33? On the scoreboard, it was given to 33 Nicholson. On the announcement, it was given to 43 Getz. I think it's going to be 33 Nicholson. His second foul. Good news, Kapigal up for 2. Tie basketball game at 44. 22 points for the 6'5 senior. Krinos now up the right side. Entry pass for Nicholson. He got reached in on. And good news, Kapigal commits his second foul of the contest. Chaska last year handled this North St. Paul team at home. And obviously not the same situation here. But with 12 minutes left still in this game, anything can happen. Spencer gets now over to Krinos. Cole Nicholson working hard against Good News Kapigal. He gives it up though for Matt Eliason, who can't cleanly receive it. And it's going to be North St. Paul's ball with a chance to take the lead. Good battle going on down low with Good News Kapigal and Cole Nicholson. Phillips now with the left hand. Over to Kapigal. Kapigal spin move against Krinos. He fades away and his jumper is long. Zach Lee of the board. Kapigal's down behind the play. Krinos with it now. Inside for Nicholson. Nicholson against 23 Bateman. He can drive against him, but he loses the ball. Matt Eliason is swatted. And now North St. Paul has a drive. Phillips has to stop short. And a 3-ball for DeJuan Carter. No good. 12 minutes and change left here. Cole Nicholson's going to try to slow things up. A lot of physical contact down low. North St. Paul getting really, really chippy physically down low. Khalil Golden's going to get called for this one. Nope, it's Good News Kapigal who picks it up. 3 on Kapigal. 17th foul already, so for the last 11 minutes and 58 seconds, we're going to be at least 1-1 on the Chaska end of things. Good News Kapigal, 22 points, 3 fouls. For Nicholson, who stands at the line now, 13 points and 1 foul. They all 44-44 tie here. Just outside the Twin Cities, Ryan Paul coming to you live on the London Chevrolet Buick Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Nicholson sinks to 1 of 1 and 1, and he's going to get an extra. Substitution made by head coach Damian Johnson for North St. Paul. Langford Johnson enters, and Marcus Sims, who originally exited, is going to come back onto the floor now. Khalil Golden is going to find a seat on the bench, following Good News Kapigal to the sidelines. Nicholson still waiting his second free throw of this 1-and-1 bonus. 11:58 here, 45-44 lead for Chaska. Nicholson's up and good. 2 for 2 at the line for Cole Nicholson, and it's a 46-44 game. Langford Johnson now. Langford Johnson spin move inside. Shot is up and no good. I didn't see a foul, but our referee did, and Connor Krinos, or no, it's Matt Elias in number 5 who's going to get called for the penalty. Three fouls for Chaska. Langford Johnson's first free throw shot is up and good. Zach Leah checks back in for Chaska. Langford Johnson's second of 2 is up and too long. Rebounded, though, by DeJuan Carter, and DeJuan Carter gets his own rebound and puts it up for a pair. 4 points for DeJuan Carter, the 6'4" junior. Parker Brooklyn brings the ball to the floor now. Now he passes it to Leah, who just checked in. Leah, Bjorklund, Nicholson. Leah looking for an option, gives it to Peters. Peters quickly back out to Leah. Leah drives in. Nice move by Zach Leah. Gets it to drop. And Zach Leah gives Chaska the lead. I'm having a feeling we're going to have a good finish here from North St. Paul with just over 11 minutes to go. We got a 1-point game. Bryce Phillips chucks up a 3. He's broke. Cole Nicholson gets the defensive rebound for Chaska. Parker Bjorklund looking for a ball screen. Nice move, Parker Bjorklund. He's up and fouled. What Parker Bjorklund just did there is he called for a ball screen as he drove the lane. He faked the handoff to Connor Krinos, and he took it in unguarded, and he's going to get a pair of free throws here. 4th personal foul on Marcus Sims. So Marcus Sims, the 6'6" senior center, is more than likely going to exit here with 11 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in half number 2. Back and forth game here. Parker Bjorklund hoping to give Chaska a little bit more gap on that 1-point advantage they have now. He can't do that with this free throw. Stays at 48-47. Bjorklund's second free throw up and good. 2-point game, 49-47. Substitution, Good News Kapigal is going to re-enter with 3 fouls for North St. Paul. That will remove Marcus Sims from the game, who recently committed his 4th foul. So the 4 of the 5 that North St. Paul have on the floor have either 2 or 3 fouls. Chaska foul trouble. Zach Leah with 3. Here's a 3 ball from DeJuan Carter. Comes up short. Nice awareness play there from North St. Paul to throw the ball out of bounds. To throw the ball off a Chaska player, get it to go out of bounds with 10 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. This is Kapigal. And a travel call. Now Chaska could have possibly ran with that possession as Kapigal was on the floor, but instead he's called for a travel. Good news, Kapigal not showing the best mental strength here, or I guess emotion. He's wearing his emotion, I guess, on his sleeve. Here's Peters, though. Pushes up ahead for Chaska. Bjorklund inside, up for 2. Got it! Parker Bjorklund makes Chaska 51-47 leaders now. 10:34 to go in regulation here. Connor Krinos guards Phillips. Dribble drive from Langford Johnson. Almost got the circus shot up. It looked like a travel. And I think the Chaska fans will agree with me. But if you're sitting on the other side of the gym, you definitely saw that as a defensive foul. And now 2 free throws coming up for Brendan Langford Johnson. Parker Bjorklund commits his first foul of the game. First is up and good. Khalil Golden re-enters for the Polars. Second free throw is off. Goes out of bounds. It's going to be Chaska ball. Good news, Capigo reached over. Cole Nicholson's back and pushed it out of bounds. Chaska ball here. 10 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. 51-48 our score here from North St. Paul. Hope you're enjoying this Lenzen Chevrolet Buick Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network broadcast. We had our first one of the season the other night from, where were we? Richfield against Holy Angels. Chaska Hawks won that game in our first hockey one of the season. I'll be here all season long on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network with you for basketball games. We'll have either myself or Taylor Hansen, Colin Jacobson doing hockey broadcasts. DeJuan Carter took the ball right off of his chops and powered through that and put it back up and makes it a 1-point game. 51-50. Chaska still with the advantage. Connor Krinos over to Marcus Peters. Now it's Bjorklund. Bjorklund baseline foul. That's number 4 on Brendan Langford Johnson. So, foul trouble here. Possibly going to become a factor here. We still have 9 minutes and 44 seconds to go. Maybe we'll have to dig a little bit deeper into this North St. Paul bench that takes up 2 rows on the bleachers. Bjorklund up and good. Well, front end of a 1-and-1 is good, and Parker Bjorklund's in double digits with 10. 52-50 our score here. Midway through our second half, Spencer Getz, the freshman's going to re-enter for junior Cole Nicholson. Misses the free throw. Good news, Capigo with the board, guarded by Bjorklund. Good news, Capigo behind the back. Nice move by the senior. That was a silky move there from Good News Capigo. His 24th point of the evening, and he ties the basketball game, more importantly, at 52. Now he steals it from Parker Bjorklund. Capigo can't come up with it cleanly. Connor Krinos trying to make that even worse, and now we're going to get a timeout called by North St. Paul. Nice play by Good News Capigo to steal it away from from Parker Bjorklund's possession, and then he came up with the ball, and we get a timeout here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. We'll go to break with 9:23 to go in this second half. Welcome back to North St. Paul, 52-52 tie. 9 minutes and 23 seconds remaining here on opening night of Chaska Hawks basketball here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Here we go. Final 9:23 of game number 1. (52-52) tie here. North St. Paul's going to set up a sideline stack on the free throw line. Good news, Capigo now. Catches the inbound pass, guarded by Nicholson, who got a quick breather on the bench. Now it's a 3-ball from North St. Paul's Cochran. No, that was Bateman who had the 3-ball miss. Bryce Phillips got a 2-point bucket there. He's up to 9 off of the rebound. 9 minutes and change here. Zach Leah catches it, and he's going to put up a layup. No good. Out of bounds. North St. Paul. No, it's Chaska ball. Went off of North St. Paul. 9 minutes and 0 seconds here. 54-52 lead for North St. Paul. Connor Krinos exits. Zach Leah on the baseline. Looks for an option. Finds Nicholson in the corner. Guarded by Carter. DeJuan Carter with 4 fouls. He's in the game. Nope, I'm wrong. DeJuan Carter has 2 fouls. Defensive rebound by said Carter. Now he's dribbling up the floor against Marcus Peters. Peters still getting worked against. DeJuan Carter off the glass. Nice shot from DeJuan Carter. 4-point lead. I think this might be North St. Paul, one of their largest leads in the second half here. They went on a 12-0 run early in the first half. Now here's Leah up the floor against Phillips. Phillips now switches over to guard Eliason. Now it's back up top for Peters. Peters, Nicholson now. Nicholson, 3-ball in the face of Good News Capigal. Drains that one. 55 points for Chaska, 56 for North St. Paul. 8:19 to go here in half number 2. Phillips up the floor now. Matt Eliason pressuring him a little more. Phillips needed to lick his shoes or something of that nature. Now Eliason puts his hand up in the air. Now he's guarding Phillips. Phillips steps back, pulls up rather, and drains a 2-point shot. 58-55, a 3-point contest here with 8 minutes to go. Up the floor is Peters. Peters to Bjorklund. Bjorklund, layup no good. Ball out of bounds. Yep, Bjorklund hit Bjorklund while he was out of bounds, meaning North St. Paul is going to get it now with a 3-point lead. North St. Paul has a chance to make it a 2-possession game. Phillips up the court. Phillips likes those fancy dribbling moves. He gives it over to Bateman. Bateman back to Golden. Khalil Golden. Now Capigal stands at the top of the arc. Cole Nicholson's going to guard him, and he's not going to let him get any messages in. Now it's Phillips who's going to take the ball. Phillips at the top of the key. Double ball screen coming. Phillips trying to get off of Eliason off of him. Eliason possibly the best defender on the team. That double ball screen didn't do too well. So now North St. Paul is going to try to set something else up. This is Capigal who drives inside the paint. Couple of steps, but apparently that was perfectly legal, and he's going to put North St. Paul up by 5 with 7 minutes to go here in half number 2. Nicholson, a flop. That's a flop. Good News Capigal just picked up his 4th foul on a dumb flop. Chaska's fans are into it, trying to get into the head of Good News Capigal. They made the trip out here. It took us about 45 minutes to get out here, a little longer than that on the bus. We were trying to ride the shoulder a little bit. But with 7 minutes and change to go here, Cole Nicholson stands at the free throw line, down by 5. Good News, 26 points, 4 fouls. Nicholson's free throw is up and good. It's a 4-point game. Capigal trying to weigh the referee to understand his opinion, but he's instead going to have to go find his seat and squat on the bench. Nicholson for his second of 2. Good. 3-point game, 60-57, North St. Paul. 7 minutes, just under that now. Bryce Phillips in the backcourt, guarded by Eliason. Eliason doesn't let him get by him too easily, but Phillips still trying to get some fancy dribbling works off, and North St. Paul calls a timeout. Davian Johnson wants to talk things over with 6 minutes and 50 seconds to go in regulation. We go to break. Chaska down by 3 to North St. Paul. Back here in North St. Paul, Ryan Paul joining you here for game number 1 of this 2017-2018 Hawks basketball season here live on the London Chevrolet Buick Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Give our other sponsors a quick shout. Besides London, we've got St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab. Make sure you go give them a visit. Also, Above and Beyond Marketing, Greg Erickson does great work with Above and Beyond Marketing Communications. Go check out his work. Appreciate if you check out our sponsors, they really are a great supporter of our broadcasts, and we appreciate all their help in keeping these broadcasts up and running for all you to view. You can also go to our website, chaskabasketballreport.com, and contribute a little donation if you so choose. chaskabasketballreport.com. Click on the donate tab. That would be much appreciated. Appreciate everybody's viewership here in these first couple games. We have a very good response so far. Back on the floor now, Bateman couldn't get a layup to drop. So Zach Leah is going to have it here. Chaska only down by 1 possession, 3 points, a deficit. Leah gives it off for Nicholson. Nicholson to Bjorklund now. Bjorklund back over to Leah. Leah inside for Nicholson. Nicholson, a lot of contact fouled. 2 shots for Nicholson. Free throws are not a shortage at all here from North St. Paul High School on this December afternoon. Happy December to everybody, by the way. Our next broadcast we'll have 2 of them on Tuesday night. I'll be live from Eastview for the basketball game, and excuse me, I believe Chaska's hockey team plays at home on Tuesday night. Pardon me if I spoke incorrectly about that, but I believe they're at home on Tuesday night. Taylor Hansen or Colin Jacobson will be live from Chaska Community Center for that one. So we'll have a doubleheader there for you. Both games are at 7 o'clock, so go to ChaskaBasketballReport.com to check those games out and watch them both live as Cole Nicholson makes it a 1-point game here. 60-59 our score. Second half from North St. Paul High School. Taylor Hansen just texted me, yes, they are at home. Hockey team is home on Tuesday against Hopkins. So there's our other Tuesday broadcast. Cole Nicholson just sent Khalil Golden shot to another planet. And now at the other end, Matt Eliason has the ball. He gives it over for Leah. Leah guarded by Bateman. Now Leah gets off of that, off a screen from Nicholson. Matt Eliason's open down low. He gives it over to Bjorklund, who's open. Instead, Parker Bjorklund takes it in. He was going to try to dunk it, but instead he got blocked. And now a physical play. It's a jump ball. It's going to be called possession in favor of Chaska. Cole Nicholson put Khalil Golden's shot at the other end into another dimension, meaning Parker Bjorklund had an opportunity to possibly throw down a dunk, but instead it was blocked, and Chaska has an inbound pass. Marcus Peters. Bjorklund, Eliason through Nicholson. Now it's Nicholson from 10 feet off the glass, just a bit too strong. Parker Bjorklund is unable to snag the rebound as we go under 5 minutes here from North High School. Chaska and the Polars. This is Carter. DeJuan Carter enters the paint against Leah. A lot of contact there. Nothing called, though, and it's out of bounds. Going to stay in favor of North St. Paul. Phillips on the baseline. Lob pass inside. They're up top for Khalil Golden. North St. Paul's without their services of star player Good News Capigal on the bench with 4 fouls. 2 of which have been offensive. 1 of which was ill-advised. Zach Leah guarding Khalil Golden as he enters the lane. No, instead that's DeJuan Carter. DeJuan Carter put it up for 2, and it's a 62-59 lead for North St. Paul with just a bit over 5 minutes left. Bateman guards Leah. Parker Bjorklund now from 10, just a bit too long. Matt Eliason, offensive rebound, goes back up with it for 2. Matt Eliason makes it a 1-point game. 61-52 here. Hawks with they're trailing by 1 point. This is Golden. Golden over for Carter. Carter couldn't handle it. Now he regains possession. Carter, spin move inside. Zach Leah slapped him. Yep, you could hear that from over here. Could have been a moving violation on Golden, but instead Zach Leah gets called for the blatant foul with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Zach Leah picks up his 4th personal, and Connor Krinos will come in to replace him. DeJuan Carter going to get a pair of shots here from the charity stripe. First one is off. Krinos is going to re-enter. Leah exits with 4 fouls, and another 4-foul victim is Good News Capigal for North St. Paul. He enters the game now with 26 points on the basket on the night. Carter's second free throw goes through, 63-61. It's a 2-point game here. Matt Eliason gets caught up in the backcourt, but it's Marcus Peters who brings it up. Now it's Krinos Nicholson in the corner, back down low for Bjorklund. Bjorklund needs some points here. Bjorklund backing down against Capigal. Left-handed shot up and good. Parker Bjorklund has 12. Here's Phillips now. It's a tie basketball game at 63. Going to be a good finish here as we have 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in our opening night here from Chaska Basketball Report, Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. This is North St. Paul and Chaska you're watching. Bryce Phillips has it for the Polars, wearing red. Chaska debuting in their, or opening the season rather, in their all-white jerseys. Rumors have it Chaska might be getting some new jerseys next year, but not sure if that is accurate or not. A fancy shot by Langford Johnson was not for good, and it stays at 63-63 with 3:47 to go. Chaska is going to get the ball back after it goes out of bounds. Connor Krinos on the baseline. Cole Nicholson's open. North St. Paul applying the press. It's Marcus Sims with 4 fouls. North St. Paul has 4 players on the floor right now with 4 fouls. Good news, Capego, Marcus Sims, and Brendan Langford Johnson all have 4 fouls this night. Yep, Brendan Langford Johnson. Nope, that's going to be the 5th foul on Marcus Sims, the 6'6" center. We'll have to leave the game, and that'll be our first player to foul out on the season. Brendan Langford. Sorry, that is Marcus Sims, the senior 6'6" center, and he gives our referee some lip. He drops the Effenheimer. Here's a technical. Nope. The referee put the whistle in his mouth. I thought he was going to give him the tee. Marcus Sims dropped the Effenheimer right in front of our official after he committed his 5th foul, so his night is done with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. Man, that took some poise for our official not to give him a tee on that one, as Cole Nicholson completes his what seems like his 100th free throw on the night. He's up to 23 points on the evening, approaching Good News Capego as the game's leading scorer. 2nd of 2 is good. Nicholson to 24 now on the afternoon. 65-63, a very back and forth game here. Phillips' shot was no good. He put it back up. Langford Johnson tipped it in, and it's a tie basketball game with North St. Paul's free throw attempt is going to have a chance to take the lead. Bjorklund's 2nd foul, and it's Chaska's 7th. So North St. Paul had their 7th foul, I think, at like 12 minutes of this second half. Free throw is up and good. 66-65. 3:17 and ticking here. Connor Krinos brings it across the timeline, guarded by Carter. Eliason with it now, inside for Nicholson. Nicholson on the baseline, going to back down against Khalil Golden. Or no, he's going to swing it out instead. Good news, Capego almost had a steal, and a foul now called. Going to go against Chaska. I think we might get Marcus Peters for a little bit of a block out. Yep. Peters tried to slyly block out Capego from getting that ball. It's going to be a hold called against Marcus Peters, his first one of the evening. Three minutes and 4 seconds here. Good news, Capego stands at the line for a shot, for a free throw. 1-1 here. Good news, Capego completes the first one, meaning he'll get an extra one. Timeout on the floor. Chaska's Dana Coleman goes with a 30-second timeout, and we will be right back here. 67-65 ball game. 3 minutes and 4 seconds to go on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Back here from North St. Paul, Ryan Paul joining you live. We have the last 3 minutes and 4 seconds of this high school basketball matchup between North St. Paul and Chaska. Polars hold a 2-point lead right now with 3 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here. Pretty good crowd on hand here for opening night. A nice gym they have here in North St. Paul. I was impressed. Three minutes and 4 seconds remaining here, as I've said a couple times. North St. Paul's Good News Capego. Going to have a free throw shot here. It's up and good. 68-65 here now. Good News Capego's up to 28. Now at the other end, it's Nicholson. Nicholson has it. Parker Bjorklund. Pass got poked out of bounds. Capego almost committed his 4th foul. Or his 5th foul, rather. Stays a 68-65 lead for North St. Paul. Bjorklund on the sideline. Passes it in for Krinos. Krinos with 2 minutes and 47 seconds left. Gives it over for Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters over for Nicholson. Bjorklund inside with the left hand. He hung it short. Matt Eliason comes in and bodies the North St. Paul player. This is Langford Johnson. Langford Johnson tried to lob it to Good News Capigo. Capigo couldn't have it. And we're going to get a timeout. No, it's a jump ball. And North St. Paul's going to get it back. Good News Capigo's missed 2 lobs tonight. And it's a jump ball. North St. Paul has the alternating possession in their favor. So with 2.5 minutes remaining here, North St. Paul gets it back. Time. We had a brief conversation. I think Parker Brooklyn's contact lens might have gone. Oh no, Parker Brooklyn is bleeding from the mouth. See now, if you needed any evidence as to the fact that Parker Brooklyn was fouled by Good News Capigo on the last play, I think you take a look at his face, and I think that'd be a pretty good indicator of the fact that there was a foul committed, but apparently the blood just appeared. He's got a bloody face. Random. Nothing I'm going to say is going to change anything, though, so we're back in action here. Good News Capigo on the baseline. Zach Leah stole it right away. There's a lazy play by Good News Capigo, and a foul on DeJuan Carter. Leah's going to go down and shoot a pair. That's DeJuan Carter's third. The crowd's starting to get into it here on both sides of the gym. Dana Coleman asking for an explanation on the bottom of your screen as to why Bjorklund's bloody face was not a foul. Leah misses the free throw meanwhile with just under 2.5 to go. It's a 68-65 lead for North St. Paul. Leah has one more. Double bonus we're in. It's up and missed. Zach Leo over 2. Nicholson offensive rebound though. He puts it up and gets the 2-point bucket. 68-67. Nicholson's up to 26. Expect to see a lot of that this year. Nicholson having high double-digit scoring. He's got 26 on opening night here. Nicholson, or now this is Krinos who guards Phillips. Phillips got clamped by Nicholson, or by Krinos rather. Up top is Capigo. 3-ball. Off. Capigo flops again. Phillips now, and one opportunity coming. He was barely touched, but they call a foul anyway, and it's a 70-67 game. And good news, and Bryce Phillips, his free throw could make it a 2-possession game. Dana Coleman not amused at the least by that call. Third foul against Connor Krinos, who picked it up. Phillips, one shot, good. 71-67, 2-possession basketball game. Just under 2 minutes left. It's ticking with 1:55, 1:54. Zach Leah brings it up the floor. Guarded by Phillips at the midline. Now it's Phillips who guards Leah. Now it's back over for Krinos. Krinos to Eliason. Eliason looks for an option. Zach Leah down low, working hard. Cole Nicholson now enters the paint. Now it's up top for Leah, the sophomore. Krinos has it. Nicholson, Leah. Leah inside. Good move by Zach Leah. Spins it in for 2. Beautiful move by Zach Leah. 71-69 the score. Timeout on the floor. 1:31 to go in regulation. 71-69. North St. Paul still holds the lead. When we come back, we have the final 131 for you.
By Lenz and Chevrolet Buick. Above and Beyond Marketing Communications and St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab. This Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network live stream is brought to you by Lenz and Chevrolet Buick, Above and Beyond Marketing Communications, and St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab. This Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network live stream is brought to you by Lenz. We return from North St. Paul here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network.
Polars and Hawks in a nail biter here. We return with 1 minute and 31 seconds left. Chaska 71, or Chaska 69, North St. Paul 71. On the floor for Chaska, Zach Leah, Cole Nicholson, Marcus Peters, Matt Elias, and Parker Bjorklund, the starting five. For Dana Coleman is on the floor here with a minute and a half to go. St. Paul at a 2-point advantage here. It's over. Swung across the top for Khalil Golden. Back over for Phillips. They're going to do this play here to try to run some time off the clock. Parker Bjorklund playing the shell. And here the ball is quickly up top. Bjorklund fouls Khalil Golden. Parker Bjorklund's third foul tonight. Going to be 2 shots for North St. Paul. Golden, 0 of 1. Of 2, Nicholson the board, a minute and 15 now running. 2-point game, 71-69, North St. Paul with the lead here. A good finish coming up on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Glad we're going to be able to share it with you here. Nicholson with it. 3 ball, no good, a lot. Poor Clark Bjorklund, the offensive rebound, out of bounds. Chaska! 58.3 remaining here. Chaska, Bjorklund had a chance there. He fell to the floor hard. Parker Bjorklund's gotten beat up here tonight. He's back in with a taped up left side of his face. Nicholson's getting physical with it down low with Golden. Here's Leah. Leah inside. 50 seconds to go. Elbow jumper. Long. Poked back out. Leah gets the offensive rebound. Cole Nicholson's wide open down low. Pokes it out for... He goes down low against Capigo. Capigo! No! He's called for a travel. Cole Nicholson almost tied the basketball game. He wants a word with the official. Nicholson had a layup go up and through. He's fired up about that call. 42.5 remain here. 2-point lead for North St. Paul. Nicholson, body foul called against the Chaska Junior. North St. Paul's fans are letting him hear it. .7 left. 2 shots. We're in the double bonus for both teams. Benches being instructed to sit down. Chaska students rise to their feet for the last 40.7. 71-69. First free throw is good. 3-point game. .69. Late in the second half. Phillips makes it. Gives a glare over to the Chaska students. 2-possession game. 4-point game. 36.2 remaining. Leah up the floor. Leah needs something to do with it. Cole Nicholson down low. Nicholson puts it up for 2. No good. Rebound by Good News Capigo. He's thrown to the floor aggressively. And with 27.6 seconds left, North St. Paul going to have a chance to broaden their 2-possession lead. So Damian Johnson's decision to go with 3 of the 5 court players having 4 fouls is going to pay off at this point. We don't know what could happen in the last 27.6, 33. Nicholson picked up his 3rd foul. He missed Capigo misses the free throw with a false grin in his face. Timeout on the floor. Dana Coleman wants to talk things over, and we will go to break. It's a full timeout for Chaska. When we come back, we bring you the last 27.5 seconds on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Stay with us.
This Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network live stream is brought to you by Lenz and Chevrolet Buick, Above and Beyond Marketing Communications, and St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab. This Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network live stream is brought to you by Lenz and Chevrolet Buick, Above and Beyond Marketing Communications, and St. Francis Orthopedic Rehab. This Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network live stream is brought to you by Lenz and Chevrolet Buick, Above and Beyond Marketing Communications,
North St. Paul High School is the location of the final 27.6 seconds here. Ryan Paul coming to you live from just outside the Twin Cities. This is Good News Capigal, who stands at the free throw line, trying to lengthen the 69 lead. 74-69 is the score, is what I was trying to say. 21 seconds left. Parker Brooklyn takes the lane. Creno's a 3-ball. That's just too long. North St. Paul grabs the board. That's probably going to do it, as Good News Capigal grabs the rebound. 74-69 the score. We only have 13.8 seconds left. Chaska, not the outcome they're going to have. I mean, I don't want to count him out yet, but down 5 with 13.8 seconds left. Anything can happen. Good News Capigal has 2 free throws ahead of him. He's been above average so far. I don't know his exact numbers. He's got 29 points, so. First free throw is good. 6-point basketball game. So this new look Chaska team getting their first action here. We said North St. Paul was going to be a good matchup. Good News Capigal is a very solid basketball player. With 13.8 left here, he makes the second free throw. It's a 7-point game. Zach Leah with 10 seconds left. They need a couple of 3 balls if they want to win it. Bjorklund with 8 seconds left. It's no good. Cole Nicholson taps it out. That's going to do it. As DeJuan Carter picks up his dribble, passes it over to Bryce Phillips. Clock's going to run out. And that's the final from North St. Paul. Hawks fall on opening night. 76-69, the final score from North St. Paul. Thank you for joining us this evening, folks, for Chaska Hawks basketball. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. A reminder, our next live stream this Tuesday, we will bring you a doubleheader of Hawks athletics, both at 7 p.m. Basketball is in Eastview. And then, also at 7 o'clock, hockey is coming to you live from the home ice. Chaska Community Center. Taylor Hansen will be bringing you the game against Hopkins. Ryan Paul signing off on behalf of Gianni Lindio and Max Hannon. Thank you for watching this first night of Chaska Hawks basketball. Hawks fall to North St. Paul this evening, 76-69. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. Make sure to go to ChaskaBasketballReport.com and follow me on Twitter at RyPaul21. Have a good night, folks. Soar Hawks!